So, dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our ongoing meditation session now. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and focus your mind to this bell sound. So, while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. And also gently close your eyes. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. Bring your attention to your body. And observe head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopateva, or may I be well and happy. 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. We also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and later observe the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within any sensation arise related to inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body step by step mentally. So following my words, mentally relax your body. And when we go to internal organs, you may have no idea where it located or something like that, but just have a thought yourself regarding that whatever the organ to be relaxed, healthy, and comfortable itself. Relax your head. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your nose. Relax your upper lip. Relax your lower lip. Relax your chin. Relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. Relax your mouth. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your whole back muscles. And your spine. Relax your chest and relax your abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs. Relax your heart. Relax your liver. Relax your kidneys. Relax your gallbladder. Relax your pancreas. Relax your small intestine. Relax your large intestine. Relax your all abdominal organs. Relax your buttock. Relax your thigh. Relax your knee. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your foot and relax your toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. Release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles. So bring your attention to the lower part of your body. Just get a mental note related to any sensation arise. Just recognize. You no need to go for details. Just recognize from the surface level. And bring your attention to your lower back area. See, is there any sensation you can recognize? And your upper back and shoulders. Bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation in front of your nose. Just allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen naturally. And when it happens, just recognize the sensation. So through the sensation, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Not by thinking, not by visualizing, dreaming, just by following the sensation. Mentally or physically, don't disturb to the natural process of the inhalation, exhalation. When it happens, just get a mental note without verbalizing any experience. Always remember there is no doer, there is no somebody doing this inhalation, exhalation. It's happening. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation exhalation, knowingly this is the beginning, the middle, the end of the inhalation or exhalation. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just accept it. Keep focus your mind to the sensation. Just be with the sensation, don't look for any other details. And see how the sensation or the feelings related to inhalation, exhalations change. Bring your attention to your body and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light and expand the capacity little by little to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, as ordinary people, ourselves, one of the major profitable action that we can do in day-to-day life, cultivating our mind with the good qualities. So the meditation is a one way you allow your mind to cultivate with the goodness. So when we look for the cultivation, in the beginning we have to create a space. So to create that space, slowly what we have to do, we have to get out of the greed, hatred, jealousy, envy, ignorance, so that kind of things. But mostly, naturally, we are hold it to this kind of qualities in life. But when you come to a place not to react to that kind of things, what will happen? It's slowly going to slow down. So whatever the good or the bad, thought become powerful because of the thinking pattern. When you start to think again and again and again, what will happen? Whatever the good or bad start to become powerful. So mostly in our life, what happened in the past, we mostly get nourished through the greed, hatred, and the delusion, jealousy, envy, that kind of environment. Even still today, that when we look, the mostly that we get nourished through these kind of things. So we cannot escape from that. But at the same time, you have a power, you have authority, you have will yourself to purify it. Because the mechanism of the mind is not that whatever happening around you going to take it with you. So you have a way to accept it. You have power to open your heart to it. The way you accept it going to make it to your connection, or it going to make go with you, or you're going to drop it. So when you practice meditation, when it comes to especially tranquility meditation, you're not going to react to any kind of thoughts in your mind. So that way, what will happen, little by little, mind will settle down. So once the mind settle down, and when you're not reacting to whatever the good or bad, so you have to balance this both. You cannot keep reacting to only good. No, you have to stop this both. The very reason in the beginning, sometimes what you see as good also related to the greed, hatred, and the delusion. So that's why you completely come to a point not to react to your thoughts. Once you come to that, then the mind become powerful, because once the mind become calm, relaxed, comfortable, mind become powerful. So once the mind become powerful, what will happen, that your greed, hatred, and the delusion drop itself. Because you cannot, that mostly that where we go wrong, mostly we think, oh, I take out my greed. See, then you become with the self-centered authority. That is very wrong. What is happening when the mind become calm, relaxed, then naturally when you start to see the change, especially when you see the change related to your feelings or the sensation, and listen this very carefully, that naturally the mind drop the attachment. Otherwise you cannot get out of the attachment. That is the struggle. And we are, I want to be healthy, and people, I want to get the vaccination, I don't want to get sick. So I, this is the struggle that we go through. I want to be this, I want to be that, and I want to attain to tranquility state, I want to attain to liberation, I want to attain to Nibbana, this I. So when you have this concept I, you are still in the same way in the samsara. So observing and recognizing this, what is happening without this I, is the important part. That is why we practice the vipassana. Observing and recognizing how things happen itself. Because once you recognize that, what will happen naturally, the greed, hatred, and the delusion start to go away from you. Otherwise you cannot get out of it. You cannot become good. You are good. That is what happening. When you naturally drop when you start to see things very clearly, naturally, that all the unprofitable things or the demerits start to go away from you, and naturally, you through yourself, all the good things start to come. So otherwise, mostly we, with the self-centered mind, we try to do things, even practicing precepts. And I don't do this, so I am. So then what will happen? When maybe you're not doing it, while you're not doing it, what will happen? There is, I become strong. Oh, I can do this now because I didn't do it. Oh, I have the power, I can control this. See, then you develop again and again and again your same I. So then remember very carefully, when it comes to the vipassana level of practice, it try to take you to level to the natural process of cultivation in your mind. Otherwise, oh, I do this to cultivate my mind, like that, it doesn't work. It doesn't work in Vipassana. Maybe for another practice, it may work. But when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, it doesn't work. So then what you have to do? You have to allow the Dhamma or the true nature arise in you. So then what you have to do for that? You have to little by little, without having preconditioned mind, learn to observe, learn to settle down, and let things to happen. And in that very moment, you come to a point to understand this everything go with the natural process. So that is something that you can gain. But through the sansaric journey, we develop this habitual pattern to get into things. And one of the major thing in Vipassana, remember that don't try to follow others' experience. It doesn't work. It is not about in Vipassana, even in real life. Don't try to follow others' experience. You can learn the method, but when it comes to your practice, you have to be 100% within your own experience. You have to go with that. You have to free your mind from the outside knowledge. It is not easy. Why? Because we are so comfortable. We are deterred to things, and letting go, and even to recognize that we have inner freedom like that way. Some people cannot get it. But little by little in this process, you can develop it. You can develop it. But at the same time, remember, you should not go what you like or what you dislike. It doesn't matter. You whatever like or dislike both, if it is related with the I, that both you have to get out of that both. The reason is this. Just look. That sometimes you wear cloth. In the moment, maybe you go for a party, you go for a special occasion, for some event or something like that. In the beginning, you wear your cloth and you feel so good. And then what happened? In the beginning, this is very good. You feel so good. And then you go. After few minutes or 1 hour, what happening? You start to feel this, the garment is so tight for you. You start to feel uncomfortable. So whatever happened to you, that you feel so comfortable. Your choice in that very moment, when you feel that so comfortable, you thought, oh, my choice was so good. Right. Even sometimes slippers, sandals, shoes. In the moment you feel, oh, this is very good, look beautiful. And then you buy it. Then you start to wear it and walk a little bit. Then it start to get hurt. But in the moment that what you thought, oh, this is good, right? See, then your dislike start to be there. And when the pain disappear, again you come to point to be comfortable with it. And even the food. And sometimes when you eat, you enjoy the moment. And later what happened? Then when you feel some that discomfort, very uncomfortable, loose motion or vomiting or kind of like that, then you start to become worried. But at the same time, the reason is this: you try to react to your unhappiness. You have no power to question in the moment that whatever you thought it is good. it was not right. So you cannot question it because you are in the uncomfortable situation. And the people the same. When we get into people, sometimes in the beginning we feel, oh, so good, this person is so good, my choice is right. But then later you see it was wrong, it is not right, and you going to get into, you are in trouble. But you cannot question you. In the beginning that you thought, oh, this is, oh, she's a good person, you cannot question it. If you have power to question, it is good. But we're not going to question ourselves because we are in a trouble and we're looking for exit. So this is keep happening. And as an exit, maybe we get into another point of trouble. So that is where it is. It's go like this. So that's why, just as ordinary person, whatever we select as, oh, this is good or this is bad, is sometimes not going to work for us. That's why in tranquility state, you shut down both. You don't react to good or bad both. And then you come to a point, then your mind become, because the mind that not going even in a good way or the resistance that way, when the mind settle down, the very nature of the mind, when the mind settle down, when the mind become calm, relaxed and detached from reactions, the mind become powerful. It is a nature of the mind. It is not you doing it. That is the thing. Only thing is that even though in a conventionally that we use this word that you do, it is happening there. So that's why you cannot calm your mind. Oh, I can calm my mind. You cannot do it. Because we go through a natural process. It's like the blood pressure. See, you cannot make it high or low. What you have to do, you have to provide necessary environment or the facilities to bring it down or make it high. Otherwise, it is not belong to you. It's belong to the system. So the mind the same. Mind also belong to the system. Remember that. Don't develop any idea, oh, I do this. Because all over the world and people and struggling to maintain this I. But when it comes to the very basic Buddha's teaching, even though that conventionally that we name like that way, when it comes to that the eternal truth, it is not like that. So then yourself remember, in day-to-day life, while you practice it, whatever happen in around you, remember, learn to accept it. And if there is a way that you do it, you do something without self-centered mind. There is a way that you can pick something, you recognizing it is not you do, oh, I do this, I can do this. It is a kind of like you develop a method to do it. That is what happened. So then in Buddha's teaching, there are a few things that we always remember, that we have to remember. We are in a world that we belong to. Breath by breath, we belong to this nature and the change. So then we get sick, and sometimes we fail, and sometimes we get into struggle, and sometimes that even we get into kind of like a very, very hard, difficult time that we cannot get out. And sometimes we are in front of the death. We have to die. There's no choice. There's no way to return or U-turn that you have to go. So when that kind of situations come, how you can handle it? Because mostly when that kind of situations come, people get disappointed, the fear, unhappiness, worry, sadness happen. Why it happen like that way, and how you can get out of it? Whenever the situation come to you like that way, how you can face to that situation with the clear mind? So one time in the Buddha's teaching, there are few things explained. So one is, never be unhappy related to any person or any things. It is your personal choice. You can do this. You can, it doesn't matter whatever other person do, never be unhappy or never be kind of like angry about that person related to whatever happened. The very reason is this: when you become angry or when you become unhappy about other person, that before that person, that it, your entire body become kind of like a poison to you. So then maybe you become angry and you wish for that other person kind of like a harmness, hurt. So before even that wish come out of you, when that idea come to yourself, you bound to that idea, you bound to it, you bound to the pain, you bound to the hurt. So then be very careful. Why? Because of another person or another thing. Why you create a situation inside you? Even it is so sharp, and you have to be very careful. Even just watching TV or even hearing a news, and sometimes we think about others something with the anger or with the unhappy mind, we wish something. In that very moment, you bound to that. And then what will happen? When you get sick, when you get disappointed, or when you are, when you stuck in one place, and when you, especially when you are in deathbed, you are ready to die, what happening? That strong thought inside you that bound to you start to come and activate in you. So then what will happen? Because in that very moment, your mind is so weak, you cannot get out of it. So then you have to go with it. That's why mostly when people get sick, remember, the disease not going to, this is everywhere, the disease everywhere. We cannot get out of the disease. But remember this, psychologically, you can see even when somebody gets sick in a family, more than the sickness, it's going to affect for that person according to his mental condition, the way that person think. So then yourself, remember, you have to develop a pattern in you. That's why cultivating mind doesn't mean you just come to a silence mind. No, cultivating mind means you gain this wisdom within you in day-to-day life. So as example, if you always blame to others, curse others, and always wish the hurt or the unhappiness, unfortunate to others, when you get sick, you're going to have a hard time, lot of pain, very difficult struggle, because that that all thought start to activate in that condition of your physical condition. So that's why you cannot be healthy once you get sick. So that you have to develop your way of life healthy, and then even you get sick, you recover so fast. But ourselves, we completely different. We do whatever we want, we say whatever we want, and when we get sick, we become spiritual. We pray, we try to do good, we become generous. It cannot do that way. Why? Because the foundation there already activated with the other side. That's nothing wrong doing it. But it is very difficult for you to, in that very moment, to transform your inner nature. So then always remember, becoming healthy means, and even even in your last moment, that in that very moment, whatever you do is because already you create the path to go into that place. And already in your mind, that thought already activated and powerful and desired, and how it should be. If you are very clear mind and calm, and then if you have the power to understand, that is good. But just in day-to-day life, remember yourself, we don't know what time we will die, and we don't know how our life going to end. So then why? Because of somebody. You going to born in a very bad place because of somebody. Why you going to get into a trouble in next life? And because of something, why you get into hard time? So when you think like that way, that help you to understand the very nature of the mind, because the mind not going to listen to you. Mind go with the patterns, method. So the meditation is a way that we come to a point, deeply observe and analyze and this pattern. So the very first thing then, remember in your life, never be unhappy because of another person or another things or another situation. It's this outside things not belong to you, and people do things happen because of many reasons, and sometimes we have no power to change that anything. They have their own inner reasons to behave like that way and say things like that way and do things like that way. So because of that, and sometimes what you think, they're not going to mean like that way. So then always remember, develop yourself art in your heart, that whatever happen, you don't become unhappy because of that situation, because of that person, because of that thing. That is the first rule. Because if you become unhappy, remember, when you get sick, that's the first thing going to activate. When you become worried, that is the first thing going to activate. When you're going to die, that is the first thing going to come and hold you. Then you have to die with that. So that's why. So then how it happened? Because you again and again you think. So don't do it. You decide. You Now consciously you take a decision. From now, myself, I'm not going to do it. Maybe it will happen tomorrow, but again, once it happen, you will see, because now you take a conscious decision. When it happen, you're going to see it. It's not going to kind of like happen without knowing. No, you're going to see, oh, it happened to me. Then again, you take that conscious decision. Okay, it happened. I going to, I going to do it again, and I'm not going to be unhappy. Then maybe it will happen again. Then again, you take that conscious decision. Like that, you make your conscious decision powerful. In a certain level, it's not going to happen to you. That day, you free from this all the the danger in the samsara. Why? Because now you know in your mind it is not there, and you, even you get sick, you will able to go through that, and without it is not pain. With the less pain, you will get out of it. When you are in a trouble or in a situation with less pain, maybe from outside world people will see you are in a very bad situation, but inner yourself, you don't have it. And after you die, you're not going to go to a lower existence. See, then you become free from that. And not only that, don't be too happy about anything. So, first rule, don't be unhappy about anything, or don't have the idea about anger, or don't hurt anybody, even mentally. Don't have even that idea. And with the good also same. Don't too attach to people. Don't love too much. Why? When you get sick, when you are in a hard time, when you are in a difficult time, when you're going to die, what will happen? Right away, that thought going to come and hold you. And that way also you're going to be unhappy. See? Because that when you too attach to another person, when you get sick suddenly, what will happen? Maybe you forget about you. Then you start to worry about other person. Maybe you every day cook, and you give the meal, and make tea and everything you prepare for your husband, or maybe you go to work and earn, and you do things, and you bring that all the necessary things. And when you get sick suddenly, if you do it with the happy mind, too happy mind, what will happen? Suddenly it start to come to you, oh, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. Then you're going to be worried. Even regarding your children, the same. Regarding your parents, the same. Regarding anybody. So don't too attached to something. Even the things the same. That's why when you get sick, when you are in difficult time, hard time, and whatever the failure come, and sometimes even with the death, the right away, it going to activate, and you lose the balance. So when people get sick, the same role, and not the sickness going to bring the pain, or it going to affect according to the situation, the condition of the mind. So then remember, when you too love somebody or something, or when you too attach to something, that also going to take you to suffering. So then don't be don't be unhappy, don't be too happy about something. It doesn't matter the people around you, it doesn't matter the things or the situations. This both going to take you to trouble. So then yourself. Third one, don't even too attached to the yourself. So that's why all over the world, then people, everybody talking about when I going to take the vaccine, when I going to take the vaccine. Because I want to protect, I want to protect myself. Do you think that how long? It is going to work only for 1 year. That's it. And even maybe, something else going to happen. Why you create so much current to go with it? So that's why remember in day-to-day life with things, when you come to a point to understand the very nature of the mind with the vipassana, you come to a point, this everything, even this body, these physical things, this experience with the form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition, it is not me. It is just the pattern or the nature deeply inside us happening. And that is the way that you get out of the self. But suddenly you cannot do it. In the beginning, you have to get out of this all unnecessary things that come from the outside world. And the second next thing that you have to get out of all the good things come towards you. And then when the mind become released from that both parts, naturally you going to recognize even within yourself also this is happening. And that will help you to not attach to you also. And that is where when you get sick, when you are in hard time, when you are even deathbed, you are ready to die, and that moment become the moment to be free. That moment become that your liberation going to initiate. So then that moment become the most beautiful moment for you. Why? Because that is the moment you start to go out of the cage. That is the moment you become completely free from the samsara. So then start to work for that. You can do it. Rather than building this cage and caught up with the samsara, and start to work for it little by little. Just have an idea and give your best. It's start with the little steps, but give your best. And then you will see day by day, it is start to nourish your heart. That is the art of cultivating your heart. So once you develop that, there is no way that you come to a point to suffer. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi diga yuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang. Sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.